When I first met Yoko, the idea that we were presenting was the John Lennon Songwriting Contest, which is now in its 21st year. It's an international songwriting contest, and again, at that point, we were receiving all kinds of unsolicited cassette tapes and music from writers all over the world who saw the company name on liner notes for a lot of big artists. And we realized there was just a huge population of writers that were out there who did not have access to the business. And we thought maybe if we created a contest with a very well-known, iconic artist's name on it, that it would break through and reach people who otherwise wouldn't have that access. And so that was really the first idea that got pitched out to Yoko, and she liked that. So we launched that in 1997, and as it was getting on its feet, I was looking for promotions to get the community to know about the John Lennon Songwriting Contest, and had the idea to put a studio on a bus, say John Lennon Songwriting Contest on it, and we'd travel it around the country. It was really meant to just be a springtime 1997 promotion. And what happened was really kismet, I guess, because the project was launched on Good Morning America, and we had Wyclef Jean from the Fugees and the singer Joan Osborne on board. And almost as a last-minute thought, I put some high school students from New York City public schools on board with them, who were very talented musicians themselves. And in the course of the 2 hours of the show, they created an original song and did a big reveal in the last 5 minutes of that episode of Good Morning America. And we got tremendous response from the mayor of Boston and the city of Los Angeles, and lots of parents wrote to us and teachers wrote to us, and I thought, I guess this might have a life that's bigger than what I had originally thought. Plus it was a lot of work to put the first version together. The very first day it all looked good, but not everything worked properly. We worked with an integrator, a sound company that was really used to doing studios in fixed positions or in live music venues, and had never done anything on board a moving vehicle before, so it has its own challenges. So there's been, especially at the beginning, a big learning curve about how to create a really fully functioning studio on a bus. And so seeing the response after Good Morning America really charged me to keep the project going. And our very first sponsors were Yamaha and Maxell Corporation of America. So between the two of them, the funds to operate the bus were taken care of, and the equipment was largely provided by Yamaha, who is a sponsor today with their drums and their keys and their guitars. So and everything on board the Lennon bus is pretty much donated by sponsors. So, but in the early days, it was really an audio studio, and our focus was on songwriting and bringing students and artists in to create original songs. And of course, we still do that today, and with John's name on it, what else would we do? But continue that legacy. But as technology evolved, the Lennon buses evolved, and video became a very important component of it about 8-9 years into the project. But it was still all very clunky, because the PCs we were using were constantly crashing. Even when we'd have custom PCs developed for the bus, it was just always a struggle with the technology. So you'd have a great idea, you'd be in the session, things would be cruising along, and then you'd have a crash, you'd have to reboot. Everybody, well, maybe the kids don't remember what that's like, but they don't. They really don't, because when you talk about that sort of thing with them now, they just have no idea, because pretty much things work today. So Apple came on board about 12 years ago, and at that point, Steve Jobs was aware of the Lennon bus and wanted to support it, and we put their logo on the bus, which was a big deal. And it's evolved now so that the students and the artists that are working on board are engaged in audio and video and broadcast workflows, and we're producing music, songs, videos, short films, documentaries, and live events here on board.